Hello, everybody, and welcome to this brand new channel, English Drama with Ameya sir. And in this channel, we'll be discussing various aspects of the English language. We'll talk about grammar, we'll talk about spellings, we'll talk about vocabulary, pronunciations, and many more things. Well, the objective of this channel is to help you learn how to use the English language very effectively. All right, the discussion for today is going to be the question tags, and I would want you to be ready with a pencil, with a pen, notepad, just to make notes. I wouldn't tell you what to write exactly because it's up to, it's personal. Whatever you think that you need to mention or note down, you may. Of course, you will need the notepad and the writing material to attempt the exercise that will follow. So let's get started with this. Our topic today is the question tags. Now, when you talk about question tags, the first thing that you should know is why do we use the question tag? So its basic use is to confirm things. So question tags are used to create an impact. They are used to confirm something. Let's take an example. It's Wednesday today. That's what you say. You can use a question tag and say, it's Wednesday today, isn't it? So you are creating an impact at the same time you want to confirm what you just said. It's Wednesday today, isn't it? Now, Rahul and Rajiv are playing. Rahul and Rajiv are playing, aren't they? Again, used to confirm and create an impact. Now, the basic technique to use a question tag is to change the auxiliary from the positive form to the negative and from the negative to the positive. So the auxiliaries should change from positive to negative and of course negative to positive. So it's vice versa. Let's take an example. It is good thing. It is a good thing, isn't it? So here the positive is changed to isn't. It is a good thing, isn't it? Now consider this. It is not a good thing, is it? So here, when it was in the example above, when it was is, you changed it to isn't. But because in the next line you already have is not, the tag became positive. Is it? Let's listen to it one more time. It's a good thing, isn't it? The second one is, it is not a good thing, is it? Now we'll take a look at auxiliaries and how they appear in the positive and the negative form. Are changes to aren't. Will changes to won't. Now this is very common mistake most English learners make. Will doesn't change to wouldn't. Okay, will changes to won't, which is will not. Would changes to wouldn't. Bear that in mind. Continue. Shall changes to shan't. That's the form for shall not. Am changes to aren't. Just like are changes to aren't, am also changes to aren't. Ain't was considered okay, but not. It's not contemporary. It was considered okay. It's now considered informal. It's not allowed in formal written language in any sense. So I want you to switch to aren't. Do not mention ain't. Although when you talk informally, there are definitely examples where people use ain't. Must changes to mustn't. Now again, good observation is needed here. The pronunciation is mustn't, but if you carefully look, the spelling is must not. So it is M-U-S-T-N, then apostrophe T. But you mustn't pronounce it as mustn't. You mustn't is the correct sound, correct pronunciation. All right. Now what we'll do is we'll study about let's. So all the statements that begin with let's, which means let us, carry the tag shall we. Let's start with some examples. Let's go for a movie. Let's go for a movie, shall we? Let's play. Let's play, shall we? Let's plan an outing. Let's plan an outing, shall we? Now let's discuss orders, requests, so imperative lines basically. The imperative sentences always carry the tag will you. Theoretically, won't you is also correct because you've just seen a few slides ago that it's positive that changes to negative, the negative to positive, vice versa, of course. So if you want, theoretically, won't you is correct, but I've gotten it checked and verified from various grammarians, and they believe that will you makes better sense because you want the person to actually carry out your command. So let's take a good look at a few examples to understand it better. The command is keep quiet. The tag will be keep quiet, will you? Now you want the person to keep quiet. So will you is it sounds better than asking keep quiet. Won't you? The person is almost ready with the answer no. So keep quiet, will you? You want the person to be quiet. So will you just sounds better. Although I repeat theoretically keep quiet, won't you is also correct. Drive carefully. Drive carefully, will you? Again, you want the person to drive carefully. Order a glass of juice. Order a glass of juice, will you? Now, the easiest way to identify such sentences, because these are merely three examples, but the easiest way to identify is to see the start. The first word is often an action word. Let's take a look at these examples. In the first one, what do you see? The first word is keep. The second one, the first word is drive. They're all actions. And the third one, the first word is order. So whenever the line statement begins with an action word, it is an imperative statement. It is order, request, command, etc. Now have changes to haven't. And let's discuss this in depth a little bit. If have is used as an auxiliary, then haven't is the tag. So have plus verb, and you will change it to haven't. Let's take a look at the example. They have done their homework. I repeat, they have done their homework. So have is accompanied with done. So it is used as an auxiliary. They have done their homework. So have plus verb. Now the tag here will be, they have done their homework, haven't they? That's absolutely right. But now let's discuss it in depth when have changes to don't. So look at the following. And of course, let me say that this is the area where even bright students will make blunders. And the simple way is to learn from this video how not to fall in that trap. The simple thing is to ask if have has been used as an auxiliary or to show possession. Example, they have a lovely bungalow. Now here, have is not used as an auxiliary simply because you don't have plus verb form. It simply says they have a lovely bungalow. So they have the possession of a lovely bungalow. So in this case, the right thing will be they have a lovely bungalow, don't they? And not they have a lovely bungalow, haven't they? I think it's a very nice point. I want you to really understand this because even bright students make blunders, as I mentioned. They have a lovely bungalow is a possession. So they have a lovely bungalow, don't they? It's not they have a lovely bungalow, haven't they? Have shows possession of the bungalow. Now let's discuss this similarly for has and had as well. We've seen this now. For have, if it is have plus verb, then you simply change it to haven't. But if have is used as a possession, then you change it to don't. Okay. Now what is it for has? If has is used as has plus verb as an auxiliary, you simply change it to hasn't. Let's take an example. You see alongside this is example. He has done it. Done. He has done it. Has plus verb. He has done it. Hasn't he? And if has is used as a possession, now you will use doesn't. He has a guitar. Doesn't he? Because guitar is a possession he has. It's not has plus verb form. Now let's discuss had. If had is used as an auxiliary, meaning had plus verb, you simply change it to hadn't. So he had done it, hadn't he? Because had plus done is the verb form. And if had is used as a possession, then you use didn't. He had a guitar, didn't he? Now again, had is used as a possession because he had a guitar, didn't he? Now another thing to learn here is that it is didn't. You don't pronounce it as didn't. Didn't is the right pronunciation. The second D is not silent. Now, how to deal with the statements where you don't have any auxiliary? Well, this should be studied, of course. Let's consider that there are no auxiliaries at all in any sentence. The auxiliaries are is, was, am, etc. Well, you can simply change them to isn't, wasn't, aren't. You can do that. Let's take an example. They went to the school. Now, we find that there's no auxiliary here. No is, was, am, etc. They went to the school. Now, this is past tense because you see the verb went. It's the past form. Go is the present form. So they went to the school. Because it's past, we will use didn't they. So they went to the school, didn't they? Next, they go to the school. Present tense, simple present tense. They go to the school every day except Sunday. They go to the school. So they go to the school, don't they? Because it's present tense. Now what if you have the S form of the verb? So he, she, it, you have the S form. So he goes to the school. In that case, you should say he goes to the school, doesn't he? Be careful with the spelling of doesn't. D-O-E-S, not D-O-S-E. No dose, okay? D-O-E-S. He goes to the school, doesn't he? And now, I want you to attempt a small exercise here. It comprises 15 different examples and they are based on whatever you have studied so far. Now, if you are not ready for the test, I suggest you go back to the start of the video, watch it one more time. But eventually, when you are ready, it's time to test your knowledge. I want you to do this actually on a notepad and be honest to yourself. You can pause the video now, and why I want you to do this is because later I will disclose and reveal all the answers. So if you want to attempt this exercise, I suggest you pause the video now. Now I guess you had paused the video because now what will follow are the answers. So let's take a look at the answers. So here are the answers. And again, I'll repeat that you have to be honest with your scores and please make sure that you understand from your mistakes. So if you have got some answers incorrect, I'll again say that you can go back to the video and check why you got them wrong. I hope this video was very informative for you. Thank you so much for watching. And I always say, keep enjoying, keep learning, and keep upgrading yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do comment and subscribe if you like the channel. Up until next video, bye-bye. Cheers.